Those of you who have clicked onto this little program thinking, because of the title, We Are Not Alone, You Are Not Alone, that it's going to be about UFO, life on other planets, ETs. Well, in a way, yes and no, because I think the question of is there life on other planets is an old one, and one that is slowly being answered, even by scientists, every day. NASA, through the hyper telescopes up in outer space, through probes that are just not even maybe hitting the fringe of the galaxy we know as the Milky Way, are discovering new planets, are discovering new stars. And I hate to use that old argument. Do you think that in all the stars and the billions of light years there are in the universe, we're the only ones alive? Of course not. But spirituality has taught me that it's against all logic to think that we're the only ones around. Jesus Christ said, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." Now you can interpret that any way you want. I'll interpret it the way I've been taught to interpret it. There are many different levels of vibration. There are different levels, different areas where we go to, different areas of evolution. Now this planet, Spiritism taught me. The works of Allan Kardec and spiritualism taught me too. This is not one of the more evolved planets, and it's not one of the baser planets, okay? When we're done learning what we have to learn here through this physical body, this physical life, this material body, this material life that we're living offers certain lessons, certain things we have to try, certain things we have to understand that can only be learned on this vibration. It's time for us to move on. We assume a different type of physical body. The spirit, the soul, incarnates in a different type of physical body, one that doesn't necessarily exist on this planet. This planet right now is going through some changes. It's transforming itself. The elevations of its vibration are given an upgrade. And that this same upgrade, this same progress is going on throughout the universe, places we don't even imagine they exist. Why? Because that's the way it goes. Life is evolution. Creation is evolution. And we are all created by the same God. The same force, the same supreme being, the same creative force, universal power. You can use the name whatever you want. I'll use God. Okay, because it's easier. It's only 3 letters. I'll use God. It's the same force that's behind everything. So we have these different levels of advancements. We have these different planets or spheres of existence. And then again, we're not alone. But we're not alone inside ourselves. And to illustrate this point, a Hindu story from the Hindu religion. It's a good one. I like it. Brahma, the supreme god in the Hindu religion, was really upset, and he called all the assistant gods around him, and he said, look, this story, as a matter of fact, let me just digress for a second, is going to remind you a lot of the story of Genesis, Adam and Eve. Remember those crazy kids with the apple, the serpent, the beautiful garden, paradise where they were living? As I tell the story, I'm sure you'll be reminded of it. And if you're not, I'll put it together for you at the end. Anyway, he says, look, these human beings, man, they're a wacky group. Each one of them has inside the divine essence. They have the God source inside of them. Because, hey, I created them. But they're abusing it. They're doing a lot of things they shouldn't do. So until they can understand it better, okay, I want to hide it from them. Where should I put it? So one of the assistant gods, one of the counselors said, bury it, put it in the ground. And Brahma said, They'll just dig it up and find it, and the whole process will start all over again. Another one said, in the ocean, the deepest ocean. And he said, nah, Brahma said, no. I thought of that, but pretty soon they're going to learn how to dive. And one day they'll find it. So no. Another one said, highest mountain, Mount Everest. Put it up on the top. Nobody will find it there. Put it in a cave, in a cavern, right in the top. They won't even bother looking for it there. And he said, no, these guys like radical sports. Now there's always some crazy dude going to climb a mountain. They'll find it, and then they won't know what to do with it. So Brahma said, I got an idea. I know where I'll put it. I'll put it inside of them. Because they'll never think of looking within themselves for the divine source. They'll never think of looking that they can find inside themselves all the knowledge they need to live a life in peace and harmony with one another. They'll never find it. So that's where he put it. And what do? We keep looking outside of ourselves. We keep looking at dogmas. We keep looking at designer clothes. We keep looking at sports cars. We keep looking at who's got the bigger house. We keep looking at who's got the bigger bank account. We keep looking who's on Entertainment Tonight, who's in People magazine, instead of looking inside ourselves. Because I think, and I know what some of you are thinking already, and you're absolutely right. I think most of us who are living on this planet right now, let's go back to what I said, it's a planet in transformation. It's not one of the higher worlds, it's not one of the most elevated worlds, but it's by far not one of the baser worlds, not one of the heavier worlds. So most of us who are incarnated on this planet, in this place, especially at this time of ascension, time of transformation, most of us know what's right and what's wrong. But we have a lot of things that get in our way. We have the attachments to this world. We have our pride. We have our ego. We have our yearning for power, yearning for status, our yearning for money. And that gets in the way. That covers up what's deep inside of us, what was put there by God the moment we were created. It's not optional equipment. It's not the Bose stereo unit for your car. It's there. It comes with the equipment. We just forgot how to use it. Now, there are the extremes, because some of you are saying, well, what about the serial killer, that guy who raped a woman and killed 18 women, or, that abuses a child and kills the child? I'm not talking about the extremes. I'm not talking about people who could decapitate other people. I'm not people who hate other people by reflex. I'm talking about the vast majority. I'd like to say us, the vast majority of us who are incarnated, especially now, in this time of transition on this planet. Now, how does that relate to the Genesis story of those two crazy teenagers, Adam and Eve? Free will. We don't know how to use it. God gave us free will. The universe, the universal power, the universal being, gave us free will because we learn by choosing. And once we find out the divine essence and begin using the divine essence within us, we don't have to choose anymore. We don't need the free will. We don't need to decide, should I eat the apple or not? We know what we have to do. So what I'm asking you to do, especially in this time of change, in this time of ascension, is for each and every one of us, and I include myself in this, is to look inside for the divine essence, or the God, the creation inside each and every one of us. When while you're doing that, if you have it, your neighbor has it. If you have it, the person living on the other side of the world has it. Learn to respect the divine essences in yourselves, and learn to respect the divine essence that exists in even that serial killer, that child molester, the murderer, the rapist, that exists in each and every one of us. We just haven't found it yet. Each one of us in our own way are looking for it. And I would like to give you a hint on how to do it. Look past the dogmas. Look past how other people interpret religion for you. Look into yourselves, because it's there. Look past racism, because racism is nothing more than spiritual ignorance. You're ignorant that the divine essence exists in everyone. Look past the intolerance. Intolerance exists because you're ignorant that the divine essence exists inside of everyone else. Look past the bigotry, because the bigot can only see a reflection of his own hate, of his own anger, of his own intolerance, and cannot see what's inside himself, the divine essence. The time has come, especially in this time of change, of transformation, to look inside, not outside. I'm not saying to turn your backs on your pastor or your priest or your rabbi. I'm saying to listen, absorb it, and understand it in your own way. I'm not saying to turn your backs on society, no, quite the contrary. Become more evolved in society. Remember what the story said? It's inside, we have inside of us all the knowledge, all the necessary understanding on how to live at peace and harmony with one another. We can move forward. Here's where the free will comes in. We can move forward and look, stripping away the accessories, the baggage we've picked up along the way, the baggage of ego, the baggage of attachments, the baggage of status, or what my neighbors think. We've picked that all up. I'm not saying I'm exempt from this. That's why I can talk about it, because I'm the first one to admit, hey, I got it all, okay? And I know that it gets in the way. We can stay attached to the values of the old era, or we can begin to embrace the values of the new era, of the transformation. We are not alone. We're not alone in the universe, because yes, there are different levels of vibration. We are not alone because we have the divine, the divinity, the divine spirit inside of us, and we are not alone because everybody has the same divine flame, vibration, spirit, inspiration, illumination, use the word you want to use, inside of them too. So we're in this together. We're separate because each of us is on their own path, in their own way. But we're in this together because each and every one of us are connected to each other by this divine illumination, by the Godhead, by what Brahma said, by the God that lives and resides in each and every one of us. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Spiritual Light Books. Spiritual Light Books is dedicated to bringing this message of unity to each and every one of you through ebooks. Some are free, some are just $1.99, and every once in a while we have some specials for 99 cents. We've got books about what it's like to crossing over to the other side. We've got books about gay love, how it's love, it's just a different kind of love. We've got books about animal evolution, animal reincarnation. We've got books about karma. We've got books about reincarnation. 2 books specifically about reincarnation. How do you find Spiritual Light Books? Well, go to our page on Facebook. Here it is, Spiritual Light Books, and you'll see a link, www.smashwords.com. You'll see it, on the Facebook page on the left-hand side when you're looking at it. Click it, and you'll see our homepage, Spiritual Light Books. Thanks for listening to me. And I just want to end by saying, look inside yourself. Look past the dogmas. Look past the baloney. Look past, I'm telling you this is the Word of God. Look past the hate. Look past the anger. Look past your own prejudices. Look past the status. Look past your ego. Look past your own wants, your own desires, your own thoughts about yourself. And look inside. Begin to dig, because that's one of the reasons you and I are here and living on this vibration. A vibration which is going through, we talk about this, I have 3 books which talk about this change. One is The Return, the other one is Coming Out of the Dark, and the other one is Changes. That talk about the changes that are going on this planet, and it's by no coincidence that you and I are living here at this time, at this place, so we can understand the changes. And as the earth evolves, as this planet evolves, we too, as spirits, evolve. We're here to learn, and we're here to grow, and we're here to finally see what's inside ourselves, that divine spark. Thank you.